The men looked at each other, confused and frustrated. Had they been tricked? Had Amma somehow managed to evade them once again? They searched the surrounding area, but there was no sign of her or the twins. As they stood there, defeated, the forest seemed to whisper its secrets to them. "You'll never find her," it seemed to say. "She's gone, hidden away where you'll never reach her." Amma's eyes fluttered open, her mind foggy from exhaustion. She reached out for her babies, but they weren't there. Panic set in as she scrambled to her feet, searching the small hut frantically. But she was alone. Just as she was about to give up hope, she saw Miko, Kofi's loyal monkey, perched on the windowsill, watching her with big, round eyes. "Miko!" Amma exclaimed, rushing to the window. "Where's Kofi? Where are my babies?" Miko chattered and gestured, as if trying to communicate. Amma's heart raced with anticipation. Could Miko lead her to Kofi and the twins? Meanwhile, back in the Aboy Kingdom, Dura was busy consolidating his power. He gathered 10 trusted men and appointed them leaders of 10 new clans. Then, he divided the remaining men into 10 clans, creating a new social hierarchy with himself at the top. Dura's ambition knew no bounds. He had structured and trained the men to be ruthless warriors, their sole purpose to conquer and dominate. Shad, his trusted friend, had suggested they equip themselves with fighting skills to raid neighboring kingdoms and kidnap women. Dura's eyes gleamed with approval. "We will be the greatest kingdom of all," he declared, his voice dripping with malice. "And Shad, my most trusted advisor, will lead our military to victory." Shad, his face a mask of loyalty, bowed his head in acceptance. "I will not fail you, Dura. We will conquer, and we will bring glory to Aboy Kingdom." Kofi's eyes fluttered closed, his body surrendering to the exhaustion. Nana's hut, his temporary refuge, was dimly lit, the only sound the soft crackling of the fire. The old woman's gray hair was a stark contrast to her warm, caring eyes, as she tended to Amma's twins, cradling them in her arms. As Kofi slept, his mind continued to unravel the mysteries of his past. Flashes of memories, long buried, began to resurface. Nana's gentle humming filled the air as she rocked the twins to sleep. She couldn't help but notice the resemblance between the babies and Kofi. The same bright eyes, the same mischievous grin. It was as if they were a part of him, connected in ways she couldn't understand. The herbs she had given Kofi would help him unlock his memories, but Nana knew it wouldn't be easy. The past was a complex web, full of pain and joy, and uncovering it would require great courage. Kofi's eyes snapped open, his chest heaving as if he'd been underwater too long. The memories still lingered, the pain and fear etched on his face. He saw himself as a teenager, fighting to survive the floodwaters with Miko by his side. The little canoe, crafted by his mother Zura's loving hands, had been their only refuge. As he struggled to come to terms with the past, Amma's anguished cry pierced the air. "Is the father of my children dead?" she wailed, her voice cracking with despair. Miko, sensing her distress, had brought her to Nana's healing compound where Kofi now sat, his eyes locked on Amma's tear-stained face. Nana, wise and compassionate, stepped forward, her hands gentle on Amma's shoulders. "No, child, Kofi is alive. He's been here, recovering from his journey." Amma's eyes widened as she took in Kofi's disheveled appearance, his eyes still haunted by the memories. She rushed to his side, embracing him tightly. "I thought I'd lost you forever," she whispered, her voice trembling. Kofi's arms wrapped around her, holding her close as the twins, sensing their mother's distress, began to cry. Amma's eyes narrowed, her mind racing with questions. "How did I get here?" she asked Nana, her voice laced with gratitude. Nana's face creased with concern. "I found you, child, unconscious, and I sensed the men of Aboy Kingdom were after you and your little girls. They were desperate, driven by a hunger for power and control. I brought you here to safety where you could heal and protect your children." Before he woke up, Nana had been questioning Amma about Essie, the mystical seer of Aboy Kingdom. Amma had explained that Essie possessed ancient knowledge and insight, and Nana's eyes had widened with recognition. "Ah, Essie," Nana had said, her voice barely above a whisper. "I knew her, and the other leaders. They knew more about Kofi's past than they let on. Find the 5 little girls. You have seen the leaders?" Nana muttered angrily. Amma's eyes had narrowed, curiosity piqued. "What do you mean?" Nana's expression had turned somber. "Kofi's past is shrouded in mystery, child, but I fear it's connected to the flood and the downfall of Aboy Kingdom. Essie and the leaders knew the truth, but they had an interior motive. Just find the girls, you will meet the 5 elders. The news of a boy kingdom's brutal attack on Fusil Kingdom sent shockwaves throughout the land. The slaughter of warriors and the abduction of women and children, including little girls, was a horrific act that ignited fear in them. BengaliFairyTales Kingdom lay nestled between the gentle curves of a majestic river and the towering peaks of a rugged mountain range. The kingdom's unique geography provided a natural barrier, protecting it from potential invaders. Yet despite this seemingly impenetrable defense, a sense of unease settled over the kingdom like a shroud. King Dia, wise and just ruler of BengaliFairyTales Kingdom, summoned his trusted advisors to the Grand Hall. The wise men, revered for their insight and knowledge, arrived alongside the fearless warrior leaders, Yo-Yo and Wuta. Together, they formed a formidable council, united in their quest for the kingdom's safety. The Grand Hall, adorned with intricate carvings and vibrant tapestries, echoed with the soft murmur of conversation as the council convened. King Dia's expression, normally serene, betrayed a hint of concern as he addressed his gathered advisors. My friends, our kingdom's isolation has long been our greatest strength. However, with the growing darkness in a boy kingdom, I fear our seclusion may soon become our downfall. Dura's ambition knows no bounds, and I fear he will stop at nothing to claim our riches and enslave our people. Yo-Yo, the seasoned warrior, nodded in agreement. Our scouts report increased activity along the riverbanks, and our spiritual leaders sense a growing malevolent presence. We must prepare for the worst. Wuta, the cunning strategist, added, our mountains provide a formidable barrier, but we must not rely solely on geography. We need a strong defense, a united people, and a clear plan to counter any invasion. Nuber, one of the revered wise men, spoke up, his voice laced with a hint of regret. My friends, let us not forget the grave mistake of our past. We banished Nana, the oldest and strongest among us, deemed her a threat due to her extraordinary gifts. But now, as darkness looms, I fear we need her wisdom, her power, and her guidance more than ever.
To be continued. Please encourage me by subscribing.